So today we're going to be having a look at the Switchbot Curtain 3. So first of all, a big thank you to Switchbot for sending me their Curtain Bot 3 to try out and to make a video for you guys. Now they haven't sponsored the video, so my thoughts are totally my own. All right, so the first thing I realized about this, in comparison to the Switchbot 2, have a look at that. Much bigger and much heavier. Even the plastic feels much higher quality. Once again, it's got these little clip-off devices on the side which allow us to mount it to the rail. Now, the beauty about these is they have a very strong spring in them. And I think this is one of the keys to why the Switchbot curtain robots work so well, is that they are held very tightly to the underside of the rail. Now they do have different sizes of these little rollers, which you can actually change dependent on the size of your rail. You have to give it a little bit of force to get it out and back in, but once it's in, it's really easy. So when you put this in, you put it into the rail, you turn it, and then you slide your other one and you connect it. Very simple to set up. And what I liked as well, this can be easily hidden behind the curtain so that you don't see it. Now, one of the key things about this is having a stronger motor is that it is designed to operate with curtains up to 15 kilograms. Now, currently this comes in either a U-rail configuration or a rod configuration. Hopefully Switchbot will be coming out with some more options in the future, so some of the other types of rails. In New Zealand, for example, we have a clip that comes in from the back of the rail or the track, which is a very common one. So it'd be really exciting to see one that would be able to work with those type of tracks. Now, the next thing about this device that's very exciting is the silent mode. So if you're one of those people who doesn't like getting up in the morning and you don't want that loud noise, this device is claiming to be only giving out 25 decibels. You can see how slowly the curtain is moving along there. I've got my decibel meter going. The ambient sort of decibels in that room was about 40, and it wasn't even making any mark on the decibel meter. So now, the next thing about this device is that it comes or sent to me along with the new Switchbot hub. Now this is really cool. As you can see, it's actually got a temperature and a humidity reading, and it's a very cool sort of white looking display which looks pretty funky. Now, it also has two switches on there, so we can switch it on and off. And these two buttons can be configured for doing other things with your Switchbot infrastructure. So the beauty about this is that it actually has the sensor not within the body of this device. Many devices try and put the sensor within the body. It then gets heated up by the ESP32 operating in there and the LEDs, and then it's totally useless. So the two curtain bots here are coming through directly via the Bluetooth, which is transmitting through to my Bluetooth proxy on my Home Assistant. So the great thing is we've got the opening and closing here. As you can see, we can select stop, open, close. We've got our battery level. We've even got our light level over here, so we can see what's going on with that. And then we have our second curtain bot over there. So connect. Now, one of the frustrating things that I had with the Switchbot 2 was that I had to, when the battery went flat, take it down or get a very long USB, connect it up and recharge the device. So Switchbot has been kind enough to send me these solar panels along with the devices. Now, what's so clever about these is they have this little mounting. All right, as you can see, it hangs down below the curtain bot. So it actually clips in the underside of it like this. So we clip it in there. Just make sure you get it the correct way around. There we go. Clips in there like that. And this will then face the solar panel out towards the sun. So having a look here at my Switchbot curtain battery status, you can see here that about 4 days ago it was sitting at 81%. And then as the solar started charging, it went up and then came down a little bit as it was used, went up. But as you can see, day after day between being used and charged from the solar, it is growing in battery charge. So these devices are working awesomely, and I'm in New Zealand. I didn't have much sun these days, and they still worked amazingly well. Now it does have a very clever feature. If, for example, when your curtains are open, the solar panels are hidden away by the wall, it actually has a feature where you can set it during a certain time of the day when you would have the key amount of energy from the sun. It will actually bring that out, collect the energy, and then go back again. Another feature that they've done, they've added these two little magnets that you can actually connect to your track, and these will actually be a magnetized system that will stop the curtain in a specific position when it's fully closed. Personally, I didn't need them. I found that with the pressure from these two springs, they were connecting really well, and I didn't need to worry about the magnets. Anyway, that's all for now. If you've enjoyed my video, please like and subscribe so you get more of this content, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye for now.